On November 20th on CNN, we got this article about Donald Trump calling for the NFL to suspend Oakland Raiders' Marshawn Lynch for not standing during the national anthem when the Raiders played the New England Patriots in Mexico City. And what I'm going to show you in this video is how this media story, just like every media story, is coded with a system called gematria, which is the practice of coding numbers into words. And it's used every single day in our media. Our history is coded this way. And our sports leagues, whether you like to believe it or not, are scripted by the same system. Countless examples of this happening over and over. And the reason that this story is so significant is because Marshawn Lynch and the Raiders were playing the New England Patriots. And think about Marshawn Lynch against the Patriots in the Super Bowl when he was with the Seattle Seahawks. But I'll talk about that in a second because that was an absolutely scripted Super Bowl, Super Bowl 49, scripted for Tom Brady to win. You know, in gematria, let's look at Tom Brady really quick. Tom Brady, a prime example. Tom Brady in gematria, T is the 20th letter, O the 15th, M the 13th, what so on. You add these up, Tom Brady equals 98. You know, he became a starter at Michigan in the year 98. And Michigan Wolverines equals 98. That's why Jim Harbaugh is the coach. Jim Harbaugh, 98. And in Super Bowl 49, they had the Snickers commercial with Steve Buscemi. It was a Brady Bunch commercial too. Snickers equals 98. Brady Bunch equals 98 in gematria. And New England Patriots also equal 98 in gematria. All of that, what are the odds of all that 98 around Tom Brady? You know, it's all scripted around Tom Brady. Earlier, before the Patriots won Super Bowl 49 against Marshawn Lynch's New England or Seattle Seahawks team, we got the death of Alice on the Brady Bunch. She died in the beginning of June. And right around that same time, we got a story of Tom Brady and his wife Giselle Bundchen, right? The Brady Bundchen house was sold to Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre equals 49. This was just before Super Bowl 49. Dr. Dre was 49 years old, and he's also born on the 49th day of the year. You know, and he bought the Giselle or the Brady Bundchen house right around the same time that Alice from the Brady Bunch died, you know? And then Tom Brady goes on to win Super Bowl 49. These media stories are synced up to these sports leagues and how they're scripted. So anyway, the reason that we got this story about Marshawn Lynch and the Oakland Raiders and Donald Trump wanting to suspend him is because in gematria, Marshawn Lynch equals 60, also 159. Donald Trump equals 60, also 159. The super N-word equals 60 as well. And Oakland Raiders also equals 60. And just think about Oakland in general and the stereotypes and lots of black people and everything else, you know? A big deal that Donald Trump was making was that Marshawn Lynch didn't stand for the American or the United States national anthem, but he stood for the Mexican one. And in gematria, Mexicans equals 88. We'll just type it out, Mexicans, 88. And that's all of what this coding about not standing is about. Trump equals 88. Colin Kaepernick equals 88. The Star Spangled Banner equals 88. Star Spangled Banner was inspired by the Great Garrison flag. That's what Francis Scott Key was inspired by. Great Garrison flag equals 88 in gematria. This year the Super Bowl's at US Bank Stadium. That equals 88 in gematria. And US Bank Stadium, I've talked about this tons of times, but US Bank Stadium is, think about it, the bank. And this year is the 88th anniversary of the stock market crash. When Herbert Hoover was the president, H is the eighth letter, a lot like 88, HH. And Herbert Hoover also equals 159, just like Marshawn Lynch, just like Donald Trump. And Francis Key equals 159, the guy who wrote the national anthem. That's why we're getting Justin Timberlake in the halftime show, because the last time he was there was when he showed Janet Jackson's boob, and it was a wardrobe malfunction that equals 88. And Janet Jackson was singing songs off her album Rhythm Nation 1814, and the 1814 on her album, she says, comes from the year that Francis Scott Key wrote the national anthem. So it's all back to the national anthem stuff, all coded by the numbers. Whether you want to believe it or not, your sports leagues are scripted by this system. So moral of the story, that's why we got this story, because his name syncs up to Donald Trump, just like Oakland Raiders, and think about Mexico and building the wall and everything else. And they were playing the Patriots, and it's super fitting that they would play the Patriots, because that's the team that Marshawn Lynch, they should have ran the ball to Marshawn Lynch to win the game in Super Bowl 49, but instead they had to run the rigged interception pass to Malcolm Butler. And if you don't believe me, that's rigged. Marshawn Lynch wore number 24, and he had 24 carries in that game, so they wouldn't let him run the ball again. And the Seahawks lost with 24 points, and in Gematria, Seahawks equal 24, and the guy who intercepted the ball was Malcolm Terrell Butler. Malcolm equals 24, Terrell equals 24, Butler equals 24 in Gematria, and if you write out 24, it equals 49, and this was in Super Bowl 49. And if you go back and watch it, Butler wears number 21, and when he intercepted the ball, he fell to the ground with 21 seconds left on the clock, and he intercepted the ball on a play that was 2nd and 1 on Russell Wilson's 21st pass, and the game was on February 1st, 2/1, a lot like 21. Super rigged, absolute. After last year, the Falcons, the Patriots coming back down 25, most ridiculously rigged stuff ever. Even if you don't even understand numbers, you have to understand that the Super Bowl and these sports games are rigged. It's obvious. You don't even need numbers to see it. So ridiculous. So one last thing I pointed out, Marshawn Lynch in Satanic Gematria equals 614, which reminds me of Donald Trump's birthday of 614, which is also Flag Day, which is fitting for all of the national anthem and not standing stuff. So check out the links in the description and learn to apply this for yourself, and I guarantee you won't be disappointed. You'll see this in the sports games that you watch as well. I'll leave some links to this Gematria calculator so you don't have to do the math in your head. It makes it way more easy. And I'll leave links to explain what I'm talking about and why I'm talking about it. And please, just apply this for yourself. Watch your favorite sports team, look up your favorite athlete, see when they're born, and everything else. Tons and tons of examples of players who equal the same thing as the place that they play. For example, Lonzo Ball equals 37 and 109. That's why he plays for Los Angeles. 37 and 109, So, have a good one. Apply this for yourself. Peace.